I ordered my pilasters and received them today. Took a few weeks to get them made and have to be shipped by freight. So it takes a little bit longer and it's rather expensive. But this is basically what they look like out of one piece of solid PVC. And they were primed and they're a little bit rougher than I'd like, so I'm sanding them down. And then I will have to trim them a little bit. They're a little bit too long. I got them longer rather than shorter, but I mean the size of these is right on the money, and I just wasn't sure how accurate they'd be, but I mean it is spot on to the exact size that I ordered. So keep that in mind if you're going to order something like this. They're pretty much right on the money. So I'm going to sand away and get ready to paint. This is the pilaster that's cut to size. I still need to pull out the baseboard and trim and cut around the brick up there at the top. But that's pretty much what it's going to look like. So I've got my columns, and I marked, just put the column up against the wall, and I marked, or against the brick, and I marked it, and used this Dremel tool, which works very well for cutting fine cutouts here for the decorative top. So there's two cutouts out here, and then once I got that to fit, I put this against the wall, and I can see where there's gaps. If there's a little bit of a gap here in the wall, and I'm just going to try to flatten that out completely and get that perfectly up against the column, just by using this 4-foot level with 120 grit sandpaper, adhesive backed, stuck to it, and I can just go up and down. And it's messing up the wall, but it doesn't matter because it's going to get hidden by the column. But you can see how tight of a fit I can make all the way up and straight. So I'm going to have to do that on the other side because one of those came out a little bit too long. So I'm going to have to file the other side as well. But I'm just going to get those to fit perfectly and vertical, of course, on the wall. Okay, I've got this in place. It's very tight all the way up to here. And so the next thing I want to do is find out where I'm going to need to cut the baseboard to have this fit against the wall. I'm going to make one cut along here. I'm going to make another cut somewhere in here. I'm going to have to use an oscillating tool to make this cut, and I want to have enough to do a little bit of practice but, before I do this one. But if I cut here, then I can take the baseboard out in the center, and then I'm going to mark this cut. I'm just using a hacksaw blade, and so I can just put this, align this with the edge and slide it up and down to make the line. I made a line up here. I made a line down here by the cove just by getting this here and doing that. And so I can get a perfect spot there of where I need to cut. So when my wife saw these, she says, well, why doesn't it look like it did in the picture, which was my little ChatGPT generated image? And I said, well, that's because that's not how these were made. You've only got so many construction options. That is the decorative capital. You can do it plain or decorative, and I guess I could have added my own molding up top. I just chose not to do that. I can always do it later if I decide that I just don't like the way it is, but I think it's going to look just fine the way it is. But she also complained about this being, the plinth being too tall as well. You know, it's much shorter in the picture, and I don't know, maybe she's right. I just figured, well, we've got a really high wainscoting here, and I thought, well, it's just a really tall thing. I just didn't think it would really matter that much, but I don't know, in hindsight, maybe I should have made it a little longer and then cut off the bottom of the plinth to get that closer to the baseboard height. You know, I could have made it roughly, I want to say maybe 8 inches longer or something like that, and then cut off more of the plinth so that it would have been, you know, maybe that much exposed instead of the whole thing on the ground. But I'm not planning on running any molding around these. I'm going to see how it looks just cutting and just putting the molding, the baseboard on either side of it. I'm just going to kind of cut the pieces and just see how that looks, because that's the simplest thing to do. But you know, this was just ordered as one single piece of PVC, so no work involved there. I did have to cut off a little bit on the bottoms to get them to fit, but because I ordered them too long. But other than that, you know, it's pretty simple, although expensive. Okay, I'm getting ready to glue these on with the construction adhesive. I'm going to have to put a few holes in here, screw in a few screws, top, middle, and bottom, just to hold these in place, tied up against the wall while the adhesive cures. I'm going to use these trim screws again, which are they're only 2 inches long, so I'm going to put them in the flutes, and then I'm countersinking the holes a little bit using this countersink bit here, and just getting them to where I can get that screw head to go completely through the sheetrock, and then I'll just patch these holes afterwards. So off to the store to buy more construction adhesive. Okay, got her all hooked up, ready to put on the wall, and I got 3 screw holes to put in. Okay, I've got some holes to fill here, and I'm going to be using this, which should work well on PVC. And then I'm just going to fill the hole and kind of rub over it with a wet finger. Just overfill it a little bit.